Have you ever felt like you're walking on eggshells? Every step becomes cautious, slow, as if one small misstep could send you tumbling? You're not alone. And more importantly, you don't have to live in that constant fear. In today's video, we're going to explore one simple shift that can completely change the way you walk and how you feel about yourself. You'll learn why thousands of Americans over the age of 50 have regained steady, confident, and free movement just by adjusting their posture and walking technique a little bit each day. No gym required, no fancy equipment, just understanding the right steps, doing them consistently, and learning to trust your own body again. 7 months ago, a man named Frank, 68 years old, living in Florida, took a fall while stepping down the back porch to check the mailbox. It wasn't anything major, just a bruise on his hip and a sore arm. But after that day, Frank stopped his morning walks. He avoided seeing friends. He even stopped taking his dog out for a stroll. It wasn't because of the pain, he said. It was the fear. I was scared of falling again and maybe not being so lucky next time. It wasn't until his doctor recommended retraining his walking posture, step by step, from how he lifted his heel to how he breathed while moving, that Frank realized falling doesn't have to be a life sentence. It's a habit we can change. Today, Frank doesn't just walk around the neighborhood. He actually leads the Sunday morning walking group at his local park. And if you've been feeling anxious every time you step outside your door, this video is especially for you. Stick with me, because just a few minutes from now, you'll know how to make every step more stable, safer, and full of confidence again. Ready? Then let's begin with the untold truth about falls after 50. There's something strange that starts to happen after we turn 50, something most of us never even notice at first. We begin to worry about walking. An activity that once felt as natural and automatic as breathing suddenly becomes something we second-guess. And over time, that worry grows, especially after a fall or after seeing a close friend break a hip just from tripping on the rug in their living room. But here's what's even more alarming. Falls among older adults aren't rare. They've quietly become a kind of silent epidemic. In the United States, 1 in 3 adults over the age of 65 falls each year, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. That might sound like just another statistic, until you're at a family gathering, look around the room, and suddenly that number feels very real. And for many who do fall, things are never quite the same again. Take Judith, age 72. She used to be the most active member of her high school friend group. Every morning, she walked for 30 minutes around the local park. Some days, she even took a Zumba class at the senior-friendly YMCA near her home. Then one morning, after a light rain, she slipped on the sidewalk just outside her house. It seemed like a minor fall, but she fractured her hip and ended up in the hospital for nearly 3 weeks. Worse than the injury, though, was what came afterward. Judith stopped going outside, not because she couldn't, but because she was too afraid. See, a fall isn't just an accident. It's an event, one that can change the way we see ourselves. And that's what makes it so devastating. But here's the good news. Many falls don't happen because of age. They happen because of preventable factors. Things we can change. Falling isn't just that. And this video is here to prove that. In the next part, we'll dive into the true consequences of falling. Not just the scrapes or broken bones, but the quiet losses. The loss of confidence, of independence, of freedom. And more importantly, we'll talk about how to take it all back. So stay with me. Everyone has taken a fall at some point in life. When we're young, we just laugh it off, brush ourselves off, and keep going. But after 50, a fall isn't so simple anymore. It doesn't just hurt your body. It shakes your confidence. It makes you question yourself. Each year, hundreds of thousands of older Americans end up in the emergency room because of a fall. Some need surgery. Some stay in the hospital for weeks. And some never walk the same way again. But beyond the physical injuries, there are quieter losses. Loss of confidence, fear of moving, avoiding social activities, relying on loved ones for the simplest things. A fall could become a turning point, leading to isolation, mild depression, and the slow loss of independence. Charles, age 75, used to be outgoing, He loved driving his wife to the grocery store every weekend. Then one day, he slipped in the bathroom and sprained his ankle. It wasn't serious, but it changed everything. He stopped going out. He became nervous about stairs. Eventually, the armchair by the window became his daily spot. His daughter said, "Dad," still smiled. He still read the paper. But he wasn't the same. He pulled back from life. A fall can take away more than just mobility. It can steal your freedom. But here's the good news. If we can understand where that fear and that sense of imbalance is coming from, we can take back control. And guess what? Many falls don't happen because of bad luck. They come from everyday walking habits that seem harmless until they're not. In the next part, we'll explore the subtle signals your body sends you with every step and ask the big question, are you listening? We often look to someone's voice, their eyes, or even the way they dress to understand who they are. But there's something even quieter and often more honest, the way they walk. Our bodies are always speaking to us. And our gait, how we carry ourselves, the rhythm of our steps, our posture, is one of the clearest ways it tries to communicate. It's the body's own warning system. When we're young, we walk fast. We rush. Sometimes we move without even thinking. But after 50, every step should be intentional. A slow gait, drooping shoulders, eyes fixed on the ground, arms stiff at your sides. These aren't just normal signs of aging, as many people assume. They're signals. Signals that the body is anxious, on guard, and slowly losing its natural balance. Linda, 69, was at a family gathering when her granddaughter filmed the whole group walking to the park. Later, when she watched the video back, she was stunned. "I had no idea I walked like that," she said. "I kept my eyes glued to the ground. My shoulders were hunched forward like I was bracing for a fall. I never noticed before." That moment became the start of a new journey for Linda, a journey to relearn how to walk, not to look graceful, but to feel stable. Because your gait isn't just a habit. It's a mirror reflecting your emotions, your confidence, and the state of your body. And the good news is, just like any language, your walking pattern can be relearned if you're willing to listen. So what everyday walking mistakes could be quietly throwing off your balance and control? In the next section, we'll break down 5 of the most common walking mistakes people make after 50, and why those seemingly small habits could lead to one very big fall. Walking is such a familiar action, we hardly ever think about how we do it. But that's exactly the problem. Because when we walk without paying attention, many people over 50 start to develop habits that seem harmless, but actually increase the risk of falling every single day. Here are 5 common walking mistakes you should check for right now. 1. Looking down while walking. It might seem like the safe thing to do, but constantly looking down pulls your head and shoulders forward, shifting your center of gravity and making it harder to stay balanced. Instead, keep your eyes looking straight ahead, about 10 feet in front of you, so your brain has time to process obstacles and uneven surfaces. 2. Not swinging your arms naturally. When you keep your arms stiff at your sides or carry something in both hands, your body loses its natural balance. A gentle, rhythmic arm swing doesn't just help with stability, it also helps set a steady, more confident walking pace. 3. Taking short, overly cautious steps. Many people walk like they're tiptoeing on ice, tiny, slow, 10 steps. But this actually makes balancing harder because your body lacks the smooth momentum it needs to stay stable. 4. Hunched shoulders, rounded back, or leaning forward. This posture is often due to weak muscles, or simply habit. But walking hunched over puts your body in a defensive position, like you're bracing for a fall. Instead, imagine a string gently pulling the top of your head upward. Stand tall, lightly but intentionally. 5. Wearing the wrong footwear. Shoes with slippery soles, too much softness, or flip-flops can all cause unexpected slips and stumbles. After 50, a good pair of walking shoes should have non-slip soles, proper arch support, and a secure fit, ideally with a heel strap or back support. Take Marion, 66, who fell in her kitchen while making breakfast. It wasn't the rug. It wasn't a wet floor. It was the same pair of flip-flops she'd worn around the house for years. They were soft and easy to slip on, she said. But it only took one misstep to throw her off balance. From that day on, she switched to supportive, strap-on shoes and hasn't worn flip-flops indoors since. The little things, how you step, where you look, and what shoes you wear, all add up to either greater safety or greater risk. And here's the good news. These habits can be changed in just a few days, with awareness and small adjustments. So now that we know what not to do, what's the right way to walk with strength, safety, and ease? In the next section, I'll walk you through it, literally, step by step, to help you rebuild a stable, confident gait that supports your independence and well-being. After 50, walking becomes more than just a movement. It becomes a conversation between your body and the ground beneath you. And if you learn how to speak the right way, every step can feel lighter, steadier, and more confident. So where does a safe step begin? A proper step isn't about looking graceful. It's about being in control, and it follows a specific sequence. 1. Heel touches the ground first. This acts like a gentle brake, giving your body a safe, stable point of contact to begin the step. 2. The sole of your foot gradually rolls down. This allows your weight to shift smoothly and evenly, supporting balance as your body moves forward. 3. The toes push off to take the next step. This final push gives your back foot the power it needs to keep a steady rhythm and flow. It sounds simple, but if you reverse the order, like landing flat-footed or walking on your toes, you'll throw off your balance quickly. Posture, the foundation of every step. Keep your head and neck aligned. Imagine a string gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Eyes forward, not looking down. Shoulders relaxed and slightly open, not tense or hunched. Let your arms swing naturally, opposite your legs, left leg with right arm and vice versa. Keep your steps even, not too long, not too short, with your feet hip-width apart and pointing straight ahead. Henry, age 70, used to think his walking was just fine until his son recorded a video of him walking from the bedroom to the kitchen. In the clip, Henry's feet were turned outward, his upper body leaned forward, and he was almost dragging his back leg. But after just 2 weeks of retraining with the simple heel-sole-toe pattern and adjusting his posture, Henry's steps became noticeably more stable. And more importantly, he no longer felt like he was straining just to move. Walking well isn't magic. It's the result of fine-tuning the small things. And as you learn how to walk properly, your body begins to regain confidence. A little more each day, one steady step at a time. So what helps you maintain the stronger gait over time? The answer lies in a set of small but powerful muscle groups, your body's unsung heroes of balance and movement. Coming up next, meet your bodyguards, muscles that keep you upright. When we think about falling, most people focus on weak ankles, sore knees, or a stiff lower back. But there's a quiet team working behind the scenes every day to keep you upright, balanced, and walking safely. Your body's core muscle groups. You can't see them in action, but when they're weak, you'll definitely feel their absence. So, who's working to keep you steady every day? Here are 4 key muscle groups, your body's personal bodyguards, and the vital role they play in every step you take. 1. Glutes, buttock muscles. They're not just for sitting. These muscles power your ability to stand up, keep your balance while walking, and prevent falls, especially when you twist or pivot suddenly. 2. Quadriceps, front thigh muscles. These muscles support your knees, help you lift your legs, and give you stability when walking downhill or navigating uneven surfaces. 3. Core muscles, abdominals and lower back. Think of these as your body's control center. When your core is strong, it keeps your posture upright and prevents you from leaning too far forward or backward. 4. Ankle and calf muscles. They may be small, but they're your body's fastest responders. These muscles detect changes in terrain and help you react quickly to slips, shifts, or unexpected tilts, keeping you on your feet. Bill, age 73, slipped slightly while stepping off a curb after light rain. He didn't fall, but he was shaken by how unstable he felt, even with just a minor tilt. A visit to his physical therapist revealed that the muscles around his ankles were too weak to respond properly. With just a few weeks of simple exercises, like heel raises and single leg balance holds, Bill slowly regained his stability. It's like someone's holding me up from the inside, he said with a bright smile. Your body already has built-in bodyguards, but they need training and activation to do their job well. And the best news? It's never too late to rebuild your strength from the inside out. Whether you're 55, 65, or 75, these muscles can be reawakened and retrained. So how do you safely wake up and strengthen these muscles? Right from the comfort of your home? In the next section, I'll guide you through gentle, effective daily exercises that require no gym, no equipment, just you and a sturdy chair. Let's get into the Rebuild Plan, gentle daily exercises to walk stronger. After 50, your body is a lot like an old, trusted home, still strong, still reliable, but sometimes in need of a little support from the inside out. And here's the good news. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy machines. All it takes is a little patience each day and a few simple movements to reignite the strength that keeps you walking steady. Just a chair and 10 minutes a day. Here are 5 basic exercises designed to activate your balance-supporting muscles, improve your walking posture, and most importantly, help you walk with confidence, not fear. 1. Single leg balance. How to do it. Stand behind a sturdy chair, holding the back for support. Lift one leg and balance on the other for 10 seconds. Repeat 3 times on each leg. Why it helps. This strengthens your ankles, knees, and core, key areas for better balance and coordination. 2. Knee marching. How to do it. Hold onto the back of a chair. Lift your right knee up to hip level, then lower it. Repeat on the left side. Do 10 reps on each leg. Why it helps. Improves your leg lifting ability, reducing the risk of tripping or shuffling your feet. 3. Heel raises. How to do it. Stand straight with hands on the chair. Rise up onto your toes. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower your heels. Do 15 reps. Why it helps. Builds calf strength. Crucial for pushing off with power and stability in each step. 4. Tandem walking, heel-to-toe walk. How to do it. Choose a narrow hallway. Walk in a straight line, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other. Use your arms for balance if needed. Take 10 steps, rest, and repeat. Why it helps. Trains your balance in tight spaces, just like walking through a grocery aisle or a narrow bathroom. 5. Posture and breathing reset. How to do it. Stand tall with shoulders relaxed and eyes gently closed. Inhale deeply, imagining a string lifting the top of your head. Exhale slowly, feeling the release of tension. Do 5 deep breaths each morning. Why it helps. Rebuilds a connection between your posture, breathing, and balance, while calming your mind before you walk. Carol, age 74, used to avoid exercise. But after her daughter showed her these 5 simple moves, she started setting a timer for 10 minutes each morning, right after making her coffee. Now I put on the radio, do these easy movements, and I don't feel wobbly walking out the garden anymore, she said with a gentle smile. You don't have to start with 30-minute workouts. You just have to start. A few minutes a day can bridge the gap between fear and confidence, between worry and joy, each time you step outside. But here's something most people don't talk about. The fear of falling is the silent enemy of balance. Even when your body is ready, if your mind is still afraid, your steps will still be shaky. So in the next section, we'll explore the psychology of fear, how your mind affects your steps. There's something people don't talk about enough. The fear of falling doesn't just live in weak legs. It lives in the mind. And sometimes it's your mind, not your body, that throws off your balance. Your brain remembers to fall more than you think. If you've had a fall, even just once, your brain registers that event as a threat. From then on, it starts sending early warning signals whenever you go downstairs, step on uneven ground, or even turn a corner in your hallway. What's the result? You walk more cautiously. Your arms stiffen. Your shoulders tense up. Your steps get shorter. And your eyes stay glued to the floor. Sound familiar? That's the posture of someone bracing for a fall, even when there's no real reason to fall. Take Thomas, age 69. He slipped in the bathroom last year. Not a serious injury, just a sore hip. But since that day, He stopped walking quickly, avoided turning suddenly, and constantly stared down at his feet. His daughter put it best. "Dad's not weak, he's worried." It wasn't until he worked with a motor skill therapist who helped him understand that fear was controlling his muscles that he began to change. Through a few simple breathing exercises and light mindfulness before his morning walks, Thomas slowly regained control over his steps. Your body needs training. So does your mind. You can't walk with confidence if you're constantly imagining something bad about to happen. But you can start small. Take a deep breath before heading out the door. Visualize yourself walking tall and steady. Repeat to yourself, "I am in control of every step I take." Fear won't disappear overnight, but each time you walk through it, even for just a few steps, you get stronger. And if you're currently using a cane, walker, or support shoe, have you ever stopped to ask yourself, am I being supported or becoming dependent? In the next section, we'll explore just that in 9 Tools or Traps, Choosing the Right Walking Aid, where we break down the difference between helpful tools and unnecessary reliance. Many people over 60 start using canes, walkers, or supportive footwear. At first, these tools can feel like a kind of emotional safety rail, giving you peace of mind as you move. But here's the important question. Are you using it as a tool or slowly relying on it as a mental crutch? When is a walking aid a helpful friend? Canes, walkers, or rollators are extremely useful in many situations. During recovery from an injury or surgery, after a recent fall, when your balance is affected by a medical condition, such as Parkinson's or a stroke. In these cases, walking aid protect you while your body heals or adapts. But sometimes they become an invisible trap if you find that you won't go anywhere without your cane. Have stopped exercising because the cane does the work. Use it indoors even though your floors are flat and safe. Then you might be slowly losing your natural ability to balance because the cane is doing that job for you. Nancy, age 67, started using a cane after tripping in her yard. The fall wasn't serious, but it shook her up. The cane became her constant companion, even inside her home where she once moved freely. Then one day, during a routine checkup, her doctor encouraged her to try walking 5 steps without the cane. She hesitated, but to her surprise, she could do it, and more steadily than she expected. That day, she decided to start training each morning without the cane, using it only when going out or visiting crowded places. "I didn't throw away the cane," she said, "but I stopped letting it run my life." A walking aid should help you regain independence, not replace it permanently, unless medically necessary. What matters most is this: choose the right aid, use it at the right time, and always have a clear goal of rebuilding your strength and confidence. At this point, you've learned how to walk with awareness, strengthen your muscles, calm your fear, and use supportive tools wisely. But there's one final barrier you'll need to overcome: the limiting beliefs we hold about aging and change. Let's move into our final section. 10. Reclaiming Confidence, How One Step Changed Everything, where you'll discover that no matter your age, you can take back control of your steps and your life. Throughout this video, you've learned how to walk with intention, understand your body, overcome fear, and use support tools wisely. And now, what's left, the most important part, isn't in your muscles or your posture. It's in your belief. "I'm too old to change." Is that really true? It's a phrase I've heard more times than I can count. And every time I think of Walter, age 82, from Minnesota. He used a cane for 6 years. After a fall in his kitchen, he stopped believing he'd ever walk normally again. His family encouraged him to start exercising, but he always shook his head. "I'm not young anymore. What's the point of changing now?" Then one day, he watched his grandson learn to ride a bike, wobbly, falling, getting up again. And Walter said, "If that little boy can be brave enough to try something he's never done, maybe I can relearn something I used to know." One step, 1 minute, one day at a time. Walter started walking for 1 minute every morning down the hallway. No cane, no rush, just conscious steps. A deep breath, heel to toe, present in each movement. After 1 month, he was walking out to the porch. After 3 months, he was taking strolls in the neighborhood park, no assistance needed. And the smile on his face when he said, "I bought my own loaf of bread this morning." That was proof that age can't stop a soul that wants to be free. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to walk like a model. You just have to believe that change is possible, just a little, every single day. And sometimes, one small step is enough to open up a whole new world. If you've made it this far, I want to say something from the heart. You've already taken a step, not just with your feet, but with your will and your commitment to yourself. Now, let's take one final step together to reflect on this journey and leave you with a few lasting words. A small flame you can carry with you every step of the way. Coming up next, our final thoughts, a message for the road ahead. You've just completed a powerful journey, not a physical one, but a journey inward, looking closely at how you walk, the habits you formed, the fears you've carried, and most importantly, the quiet hope inside you that whispers, "Maybe I still can." Here's what you've learned. Falling isn't fate. It's a signal that something needs adjusting. Your walk is a language, and like any language, it can be relearned. Muscles may weaken, but your will doesn't have to. Freedom doesn't begin when a door opens. It begins when you believe you can walk through it. And now, there's just one thing left to remember. Don't stop. Start today, even if it's just 5 minutes in the morning, even if it's simply standing on one foot, even if it's just taking one deep breath before stepping outside. If you found this video helpful, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. Maybe it's an old friend who stopped going out. Maybe it's your mother. Maybe it's a neighbor who walks slowly because they're afraid of tripping. Your small act of sharing today could be the first step in someone else's journey tomorrow. And if you'd like to continue this journey with me, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing more simple guidance, gentle exercises, and real stories to help make every step after 50 a step of freedom, confidence, and hope. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. Now go ahead, stand up, take a deep breath, and start walking like you truly want to live.